following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts,
Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are on, is it Friday for the players now,
Yep,
technically?
sure is.
Fast Friday,
It's
right?
Fast Friday.
Fast Friday. There we go.
Okay, all right. So it is technically Friday here for the players at the Star. This is Players Lounge, by the way,
Somebody
brought to you by
shuffle it back
Hotels.com. Hey, Chris Beam, go ahead. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. Over there, conversation.
I like it. Silverware.
You can hear Chris in the background get ready to eat.
Get that lunch ready, right?
Yeah, he forgot
All we needed him was grace.
My bad.
He goes, Lord, thank you for the food we're about to receive.
Boy, got the dressing on that mug.
Lord, thank you for the food and that I don't get the COVID here.
Oh boy was mixing it up in there.
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
Barry Church and Toledo Rocket, the ultimate survivor, Danny McCray. I'm Newy Scruggs. This is Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. So it is technically a Friday for the players. It is Tuesday, though. It is Tuesday. The players will leave to go to New Orleans. On Wednesday, they will face the Saints at the Superdome on Thursday night. It is the only game on Thursday night. So back-to-back Thursdays for the Cowboys. They lost Thanksgiving Day. They kind of need to win this game here. New Orleans may be in a free fall, but do not think about them being in a free fall because Cowboys aren't good enough to overlook anybody. Taysom Hill is going to be the starting quarterback for the Saints. They're making the change from Trevor Siemian, so we will see the gadget guy.
Young Gadget. That's a paid gadget guy right there, man.
Listen, the man has started the game and won now. All right?
Yes.
Listen, so we can't sleep on anybody.
Yeah.
We can't sleep on anybody. And we know that when you come into a game, late quarterback change.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the whole scheme for him is probably going to change. And it's something that you haven't really been able to prepare for because we are on 3 games in 12 days. So you're not really being able to run your full practice like you usually do where you put the full pads on and you're going through the real run reads because that's going to be a big part of this game. Yeah. Figuring out how to stop a quarterback power, any type of trickery that they're doing. Oh, is Alvin Kamara playing? Like you got a lot of stuff that you got to figure out.
Yeah, that's the huge variable right there. Is Kamara playing or not? Now, if he is, that opens up a whole new can for this defense. Because like you said, I'm not really worried about Taysom Hill throwing the ball. He's thrown 8 passes so far this entire season, so I'm not really worried about that. And if I'm Dan Quinn in this defense, I'm stacking the box. I'm getting everybody up in there. Maybe have one safety deep, KZ patrolling the deep end. The corners, y'all going to have to lock up on the outside. But I'm packing the box because we know that's Taysom Hill's strength, is running the football, whether he's in pistol, whether he's in shotgun. And if he has Kamara with him, that presents a little bit of a problem for these linebackers because we're going to get D-Law back and, I think they'll start off with Dorrance Armstrong on the outside. So that may put Parsons back at that linebacker spot. And he's going to have to diagnose, run and play action or that RPO reads and all that other stuff. So it presents a little bit of a problem. But if I'm Dan Quinn, I'm stacking a box against this dude, man. Make him force him to beat you with his arm instead of his legs. And if he beats you with his arm, you just got to chalk it up. Hey, man, we ain't think you had it.
No. No, if he beat us with his arm, I was wrong. All right? If we get beat by Taysom Hill with his arm,
there's no way.
I was wrong.
There's no way.
I can say that.
So here's going to be the interesting thing that I want to watch. How are they going to judge the hits on Hill? Because he's going to be out here running.
Oh, it's going to be way different.
When does he become a running back? Basically, does he get the Cam treatment?
He's going to get Cam Newton.
Okay.
He's going to get Cam Newton out there.
Treatment.
People are going to be able to hit him. You're going to have another guy coming on the edge, getting ready to get his licks in as well. It's like, the running quarterback for some reason in this league gets treated a lot different. Like if Tom Brady on one of his 5 scrambles that he's done in his career would have gotten a hard hit, whether it be legal or not, they throwing the flag regardless. I mean, it's just crazy to me how, stationary quarterbacks, pocket quarterbacks get so much protection, but Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton, guys like that, they get blindsided, hit just like the other people, but they just chalk it up. Oh, you're tough. You're a runner out there, so you can go ahead
I ain't going to lie to you. As a defender, I'm like, good. Because when you have those guys who are running, you don't know if they're going to slide. Like RG3 was a guy. He was like, I don't know if this dude going to slide. He going to try to run out of bounds. I'm not sure what he's going to do. And for he shake you.
Yep.
And you looking at the ref like, man, like I thought you was going to give me a late hit. Makes no sense. What's really going to be interesting to see on Thursday is how are the Saints going to play this game? in my mind, I think they're going to play it how we should have been playing our previous 2 games. Lean on the run, control the clock, keep the ball out of our hands, and play good defense.
Especially if they got Kamara.
So Jerry Jones says he expects Zeke to have a heavy load. Said that on 105.3 The Fan on his radio show. So
do y'all think that's a little bit of just like, let me throw this out there? Because the man looked like he was hobbling that last game.
Hey, look, maybe he's throwing it out. I don't know. All I know is just, can you run the ball? If you give it to 20, that's fine.
One of these two got to have a lot of carries.
Thank you. Can we see 25 carries? 30 carries, please?
I think Zeke is fine. But I'll tell you this. This is not the first person to say that we should be leaning on the run game.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike McCarthy said the same thing a few weeks ago. All right? And then now Jerry is saying it. So I'm wondering if this is one of those things of like, all right, McCarthy said it, didn't really listen. Now Jerry's saying it. Is
Somebody
that what, like,
listen.
hey, I'm letting you know, all right, we need to be leaning on the run game. And if we don't this week, then I don't know what the control process is in the building, because you're telling this guy repeatedly, hey, man, we need to run the ball. This is something that is affecting us, and this is how we get out of the slump. And you're still not going to do it.
Yeah.
Go to the book of Parcells. At some point, it's not a suggestion. And that's what Jerry needs to go do. Hey, buddy, it's not a suggestion here.
You better do it.
I got a check I wrote for $90 million. I need to see some return on the investment. But also, what have we seen pretty much all season long? The defense has been good. And there are times where the offense really didn't help the defense win some winnable games. The Kansas City games, that immediately comes to mind.
Yeah.
Okay, they give you 19 points at Kansas City. You got to win that football game. Help your defense. This is where the money is on the offensive side of the ball. This is where it's supposedly all the expertise with your head coach and offensive coordinator. Do your jam.
Do you think it? Do
your job and protect the defense. Run the ball.
Do you think it has anything to do with Prescott having that ability to check out of calls at the line of scrimmage?
That's what Kellen said. But I mean, at some point, as the offensive coordinator, you have to say, hey, man, this is a run play. The only thing you can switch it to is from run right to run left.
Yeah.
Like at some point, because if not, like we've been talking about, the team is going to dictate to you what play you're going to run. Because if they know every time you stack the box, you're going to check to a pass play, then they're just going to put 8 in the box or disguise it like Tyron Matthew did, and it's going to look like it's 8 in the box. They're going to back out, and then you're going to throw it, and you're not going to be able to get nothing done.
At some point in time, you got to figure look, our offensive line is better than your defensive line. Look what Indianapolis did. They went away from Jonathan Taylor for the most part of that game. They got themselves in a slump, and they say, you know what? Who cares about Tampa Bay's defense? They got 8-9 guys in the box. Whatever the case may be, we're still going to run it. Our guys are better than yours. And we seen what happened. They were able to drive all the way down the field and get a touchdown.
He racked up 60 yards.
Racked up 60 yards right there.
One drive.
Eventually, I think they got to look at it like, look, I don't care what the look is. It may tell us to check out of a pass, but we got to go at least keep them honest. Because if they make us one-dimensional, that's when this offense becomes poor. That's when it doesn't become to the height of its powers, when they're one-dimensional. And so far in this losing streak, that's what defense has been able to do.
I remember when I went to the Bears, I remember Mel Tucker. I always remember this. He said, the reason why I love football is because it's a zero-sum game. All right? Somebody wins, somebody loses.
Yeah.
At some point, your running game is that. Are we getting our blocks? If we are, we're winning. All right? If we're not and we stalemating, as far as from the defense perspective, if it's a stalemate, the defense wins.
Yeah.
Can we move these guys? All right? Let's see what type of guts we have. See what type of strength we have on the offensive line, because in all honesty, we're going to need it. Washington is winning.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
We got.
I didn't know you was in like that with Mel Tucker.
I like Mel. Mel's a good guy.
Can Mel throw us alone on that 95?
Tell your man to look out.
Can Mel come support the show?
Come sit down right here. We got to open it for you,
I
man.
ain't heard from Mel since we all got fired up there in Chicago. I'm just saying he was a good guy, okay? He was a good guy. He's a player's coach. He was super funny, man. He's a great dude.
So you don't want to drop a text, hey, player?
No, sir. No, sir. I don't like asking folks for nothing, especially if I ain't talked to you in years, because if you pull that on me,
You're going to be salty. Yeah, you're going to be salty.
When he put myself in that position.
Operate like your girl Shan did on Survivor.
Shan.
It's gonna be fun to watch tomorrow's night's episode of Survivor. To hear the post recap.
I hope they get Ricard next, but that's for another day. That's another day.
You know what, man? I kind of like Ricard.
You like him a little bit? He seems kind of.
I can. You know what? He's from, and I haven't watched enough Survivor. It's only first season, but I like how he's playing his game.
Okay.
There's a way you got to play your game. And he's sitting around here smart enough playing folks.
Yeah.
That's a part of it is, hey, I'm going to get you to trust me. I mean, the guy's done a nice job of creating he's done a good job. And then what's the other guy who keeps winning all the challenges with the hair?
That is Ricard.
Xander?
No, not Xander.
Xander.
Ricard won 3.
Yeah, he done won 3 of them things.
Xander won 1. Xander won 1. Ricard won 3.
And even the ones he doesn't win, he's usually in there. He's a good competitor. So I'm just
getting that.
I'm looking at these two, and I'm just saying, okay, these two have something right there that if I were Danny and the other ones, I'd be looking at who's the bigger threat. I actually think Xander's the bigger threat than Ricard.
How the heck is Heather just, Heather just under the radar. Nobody sees her as a threat. She ain't winning these immunity challenges, so nobody's really thinking about her as a threat to vote her off. She just, slowly but surely. It's what, 7 people left now?
It's a very complex game.
It is.
It is a very complex game, and you get to see what they show editing wise. But don't believe that Heather's out there doing absolutely nothing.
The way that nigga sing, she's just
I know,
I'm just here.
Housewife.
Yep,
I'm having fun on Survivor. Yeah, no, she out there.
Everybody's out there for the same amount of time. So listen.
She got to see her pretty good. But anyway, by the way, make sure you're watching our guy Danny McCray tomorrow on Survivor, 7:00 CBS. He is a contestant right here on season 41, so it's pretty cool. Hey, let's hit a. By the way, Team Danny gear, is it sold out yet?
Oh man, it's a few white shirts, a few blue shirts, couple hoodies. All right,
get them hoodies.
I assume after this week is it's gonna go up. Okay, so
get them hoodies.
But we will not be ordering anymore. So make sure you hit the shopteamdannymerch.com.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
I'm done with that, man. I enjoyed selling T-shirts, but it ain't for me.
It ain't for you. It ain't your cup of tea.
So if you got your Team Danny merch, you probably got the last of the Team Danny merch. All right, shopteamdannymerch.com or click the link in my bio on Instagram. That's at Danny McCray 40. Grab your shirt, grab your hoodie, because they ain't coming back.
They ain't going to bring it back like the Jordans. They'll get you an OG Danny hoodie.
If they put me back on the shirt, no, I'm not. Flu game.
Let's hit a break here when we come back.
I'm back like 4-5, baby.
The latest Dallas Cowboys player who's now on the COVID list. We'll dive into that. And Trysten Hill gets suspended 2 games by the league. Can he appeal it and maybe get it down to 1? Let's dive into that next. Right here on Players Lounge, DallasCowboys.com radio.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it, they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state, based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy.
To the Players Lounge.
Tuesday, right here on the Players Lounge. Danny McCray, Newy Scruggs. This is a Friday for the players. They travel tomorrow, which is Wednesday, to face the New Orleans Saints, who are going to roll out Taysom Hill at quarterback. They will not have Trysten Hill. Trysten Hill, the defensive tackle, suspended 2 games for throwing a punch at a Las Vegas Raiders player at the middle of the football field after the overtime loss.
Boys must not want their money out here, man. To me, I don't understand it. I mean, you're losing. That's gonna cost them about $100K. So I mean, that's $100 punch or $100,000 punch you just thrown right there at the end of the game.
Not the end. Over.
The game's
over.
What do you plan on accomplishing by doing such an act besides losing money? To me, it just doesn't make sense. I can see if you got beef with that dude or whatever, then you outside of this we can do something, but not while you're right there in the middle of the field, cameras everywhere. They gonna catch you, man. That's $100K right there, $100,000 punch.
What type of beef you got with a guy
that you probably just seen in that game? Like, don't make no sense.
Come on, bro. I don't like. How important is it to you to be available? Yeah. All right. How important is it to you to be on the field? Because that shows a lack of awareness of the fact that I actually just got back out here.
Yeah,
I just got back out here.
Just got out here,
and I'm about to miss another 2. Like, I don't understand. I don't think the young guys understand. So as much as I talk about Tyron Smith, at the beginning of Tyron Smith's career, throughout this time, he was healthy. Yep. He was available. So I'm only talking about him now as not being available because it's that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. If they can't depend on you to be on the field, then they have to go look at other directions. Yours is totally different. You're a young guy, not proven. You just got back on the field.
Rotational player.
And then you throw a punch and you're going to miss 2 more games on a team who is trying to get healthy. Mm-hmm. They have other guys who have been able to step up and maximize their opportunity. Now, maybe he saw what they did to Terrence Steele and was like, it don't matter anyway. Don't matter
what's going on. I'm about to hit anyways.
But but in all seriousness, you got to be available, bro. You have to, when you have your opportunity to step up, Neville Gallimore's out. You are going to get a chance to show what you can really do, how much better you've gotten. And now, by the time you get back, he might be back in that spot again.
Oh, he will.
So at the end of the season, end of your career, when you look at, man, where did I have an opportunity to really make some money, get a chance to be a starter? You look back at this time and say, man, I might have just blew it.
This was the perfect opportunity. And then look who took advantage of his mistake. Well, his first part was because of an injury, but look who's been taking advantage. OCO Digizua. All right, this is a guy who's going to come in. And they're going to pair him with Gallimore before they put Trysten Hill in there. So not only did you cost yourself $100,000, but it's looking like you're not going to be available, like you said, D-Mac, to go out there and prove that you can be a part of this team going forward. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're just like, you know what, go ahead and sit over there. Just relax over there. You want to be the enforcer. Newy done pumped him up. All right, that's what happened. Newy went out there talking about he was the enforcer. He's gonna bring that punishment back to the D line.
Gator roll coming.
Gator roll is coming, and he came out at the end of the game.
Like the Undertaker rolls up out the grave. Come Trysten Hill.
Stealing off on people, costing himself money and a possible position in the future, man. So it was a dumb mistake.
These dudes, they don't understand, man. I'm telling you, the young guys specifically do not understand. One, it ain't gonna last that long.
No, not for long.
2, losing that type of money, I don't care how much money you got. For something that small to lose that much money, that is going to be something that you think about for the rest of your life, especially if you don't go get a big bag, right? Yeah. If you don't become one of them $50, $60 million guys, and you can see you're playing on the minimum, yeah.
Okay, let me ask this question, and this is a tax kind of question, so maybe you know, maybe you don't. Mm-hmm. So you lose $100,000.
He knows.
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I do.
No, he knows the answer to this.
Yeah.
Are you still taxed for that 100 as it was a part of your salary?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So it ain't like that 100,000 goes this way and then you just get taxed on everything besides. No, that's all in there, man.
It's just like your agent fees.
Yeah.
If you lose however much money, your agent still get 3% of how much your contract was. Not
because you minus here, minus there. Nah, they taxing the lump sum, man. And so I was just about to say that, this ain't no like 100,000 that's taxed, so you going only get fined about 50, 60,000. Nah, you can find all 100,000 of them dollars, Playboy, and he did all that. For what? But what? It ain't like you established player. It ain't like the Cowboys need you to be out there.
You didn't even really get your money's worth.
Nah, he swung off and ran the other way.
And the thing that just drives me insane is if we ever let him go, he ever hits the street, what team would pick him up?
They picked up
the Raiders.
The Raiders, because that's the guy who drafted you.
Yeah, Marinelli might grab me,
you
but
burned that bridge.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Marinelli, he ain't really messed with Hill neither because he thought he wasn't hustling. So I mean, like he cost himself big time, man. Future roles, money. I mean, it's just all just because of what?
It's Christmas coming up too, man. Giving away $100,000.
Oh, because you what? Yeah, that man, you done gave the NFL $100,000, man.
You should have punched me. You should have punched me, man. I'll take that $100 from you. I won't charge you no more than that.
I wonder where these fines is going. Because I know in Jacksonville they was going straight to coffin. So I don't know how they doing here, but they getting that money.
Well, this is the NFL fine, so it's not the team fine. This is the NFL fine. But I consistently go back to draft day where Juan Thornhill, the safety, was on the board. The Cowboys liked him. Richard was there, and I believe Richard liked him as well. But Marinelli wanted Trysten Hill. And
that was our first pick overall, right? Because we didn't have no first or second.
And so Richard was like, he got on board with it. And one of the things that I remembered about Trysten is that last year at UCF, he was not a starter. They had a new coaching staff. Frost had gone over to Nebraska, and then Josh Heupel had come in. He was there at UCF before he went to Tennessee. So he didn't get along with the coaching staff. He wasn't starting. And so the kind of thing was, all right, these coaches don't like him, and he wasn't the player he was before. So instead of reading the scouting report about, okay, this is what this guy is, it was though the club decided, we're going to go over here and get Scott Frost to co-sign on it. He was good with us. These guys suck. Okay. And then Rob was like, I got it. He's going to sign a contract with me. Like, accountability. And you're from the American, okay? But in the SEC, you're the American. You need a safety. You go pass on a safety. Who, oh, by the way, with the Kansas City was playing on the Super Bowl team as a starter. Yeah. So you pass on him to bring in a dude from the American who was not starting at the American, who had an attitude problem with the last coach, and you believe because you signed some kind of attitude contract that was the way to go with your second round pick, but your first pick in the draft because you didn't have one that year.
Makes no sense, man. Rob made a lot of mistakes. He made some mistakes, man. Taco was there too.
Taco Tuesday, man.
Hey, look.
No.
Look, hey.
I'm surprised he didn't blame it on JG.
It was a scheme fit, according to Rod Marinelli. Okay, TJ Watt didn't fit scheme.
Oh, man.
Okay. All right.
40 sacks later, TJ Watt. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. Oh, what? You want to bring up all pros?
That's what we doing, man. Pro Bowls, all pros.
Okay, that's what matters. But he didn't fit the scheme.
It don't make sense. And let me ask y'all this though: with that suspension, do we think like is the NFL got something against the boys? Because come on, man, the guy the guy for the Giants did the same thing. Swung off on Anthony Brown. Boom, boom. All he got was a couple. He got fined a little bit. A-Rod.
Was the helmet on?
His helmet was.
Was it during the game?
It was during the game.
It was during the game.
This after the game. No helmet on.
We in the middle of the field.
Street fighting out here, bro.
All right, so then what about the A-Rod? A-Rod with the COVID situation. The man broke protocols.
Yeah, whatever. That's always going to be an issue, but.
All right. I'll answer it this way. People tuning in to see Aaron Rodgers and Trysten
Hill. Money does talk, my man. Money does talk.
This man ain't immunized, and they just letting him walk out here to press conference. Ain't nobody saying
shoes off, putting his toes on camera.
It's just funny to me. They can take $100,000 from Trysten, who ain't really made nothing, but the guy who made probably over $150 million, we'll just hit him with a $15,000.
Dude, I mean, this is just like you talked about with the quarterbacks. You rub up on Tom Brady, they throwing the flag out there, man. You had the killing Cam. You can take his head off. This is what they do. It's almost like the NBA. Yeah. Foul! That's a foul on you. And, Michael Jordan shove a dude down.
Push him all the way to the
basket.
Excuse me.
In Utah. Move. Go ahead, get out the way.
Iconic moment.
How's it going? Hook him.
Push the hell out this man.
Said move.
Talking about crossed him over. You ain't crossed him.
That move wasn't crossing nobody that hard, man. Hey, man, you hate to see it, man.
By the way, I did watch episode 7 of The Last Dance at the end. That is just my absolute favorite part. Well, that's when the teammates go through, like, VJRs are like, you know what? Was he a nice guy? He couldn't have been a nice guy. And Will Perdue talked about how he was hard on everybody. And Mike was like, you know what? My teammates came after me. They weren't here before I was. You know, did I push guys sometimes and drag them along when they didn't want to get along? Did I get in people's when they didn't want to? Yes. But I didn't ask anybody to do anything that I didn't do.
He started crying. He meant that.
He said, you want to play that way? Don't play that way.
Boy, it was hot. Oh, that tequila over there was coming up.
Break.
Out the pores.
Remember he said at the end, he's like, break right now.
That boy getting emotional out there off that tequila, man.
So, that's hey, man, look, at the end of the day, we know there are different rules for different players.
Yeah.
And Trysten Hill, now look, you know, he's going to appeal it. You know, hopefully get yourself down to 1 and, you know.
But you did it.
Yeah, but you know, when you saw it, I said, that's a game. That was my first, that's a game.
That's a game.
That's at least a game. They gave him 2. Maybe they did it this way to have him appeal and bump it on down to 1. But this is just not smart. Mike McCarthy did say that he apologized and came forward and admitted his actions were wrong. So we'll see what he does. By the way,
I always find that hard, you know.
Yeah, man.
You know, some stuff, all right, you know, bro, you punched the man in the face after the game. Yeah, my actions were wrong. No.
No. What you think gonna happen?
For real?
Man?
I mean, like, what else is he supposed to do? All right, whatever. You got to apologize. I get it. But what else you going to do?
Now, Danny, okay, I don't sound like some old man here, but some of these guys don't believe they've done anything wrong. Some of these guys really believe in some of these actions that they're taking, these decisions they're making.
It don't make no sense.
Which is still
okay.
My man punched him and then tried to get up out the camera view. You see that? He got out of there quick.
You're supposed to be in the locker room anyway.
It was an NBA type thing.
Yeah. Let me back up. Let me back. The next thing he out the whole camera view. They got me on tape.
Did Jamie Foxx stand up with the? I think I might need security. He said, "I hit him. I'm in the car. He on the ground, getting up, trying to figure out what the heck just happened." When he said he punched Mike Tyson, that's what Buddy looked like, bro. Get him out of here. Yeah, Trysten, I don't know what's wrong with you. I have no idea.
Cost yourself some money, my man.
So hopefully he can get it down to 1 game here. Deshaun Wright is on the COVID list.
Yeah, man. He should have kept his number at 40.
Got the COVID. He got the COVID.
He got the COVID, man.
If he would have kept his number at 40, he would have been okay.
He would have been all right?
Hey,
man, I don't know.
I'm kidding, Mr. Wright. I'm kidding, Mr. Wright. It was a joke.
If one more player get COVID, I'm doing the show virtually. So
you see, we got the plastic up now. You know, you don't want to spread.
Yeah, get your glass right here, bro.
I'll say it right now. Yeah, there's no glass between Danny and I. So
just, I got my.
You're by yourself over here.
I got my cubicle going on.
So I don't really know if that's being effective.
The COVID ain't looking for you. You call it the COVID. That's why he's not looking for you.
The
COVID outside, can't say my name right.
The COVID outside right now is waiting on y'all to come out. Hey, what's
up? McCarthy came out there and said, you know what, hey, man, I did everything I could. You saw it happen to me. So the COVID's real.
It's real out here.
The COVID. All right, let's hit a break here. There is a player on the team right now that is still having some after effects of COVID. We'll dive into that next and what his performance could mean for the Cowboys Thursday night in New Orleans. Danny McCray, Newy, Scruggs, and Barry Church right here. All the Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call and teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Players Lounge brought to you by Hotels.com. Barry Church, the ultimate survivor. Danny McCray, Newy Scruggs right here. Chris Bean with a pretty good thought process.
Oh, nah, no, right now, there we go. You over there?
Okay, I won't do that. Oh, fine. Fine.
You gotta have a day, man.
Fine. I won't go there. Let's go here. Amari Cooper expected to play.
I hope so.
But apparently he's still having symptoms from COVID. Head coach Mike McCarthy saying, quote, still not feeling the best, end quote. So he needs to practice before they say he's going to play. And it's looking at it right now on NFL Live right now. So there we go, Amari Cooper. So this is what we know as the homie Jane Slater's up there breaking it down. If he plays, probably going to end up there like Aaron Rodgers was when he played for the Packers after he got back. Had issues. So if he plays, he could be limited.
We need him, man, and hopefully so, because at the worst, he can be a distraction or a decoy. He can take Lattimore, their best cover corner, and he can take him away from everybody else. And hopefully, CeeDee Lamb and Gallup and those guys can eat on the other parts of their secondary. But we need that guy going forward. I mean, without him in there, we saw it. I mean, the offense has been stagnant. It's been real stagnant. Now, a lot of that has to do with running the football and not being balanced, but I think we need a Cooper. I mean, just, like I said, he'll take the main cover guy away from those other two guys. They'll be able to eat out there. And hopefully we get this thing jump-started again. Because right now, we saw, Gallup towards the end he came on. But that was when, Raiders were kind of like, let's, we're in a, prevent type defense type of deal. But we need Cooper. We need we need him in the game in the worst way.
I hope Cooper's back. I really do. I hope he's back. I hope he has something to give. You're right. So, like you said, even if it's a decoy. But I'm telling you this. I'm about to start putting Amari Cooper in the same category as I put Tyron Smith in and anybody else who is not consistently available. Now, he's not as bad as McCaffrey has been, because they said over 33 games or something, he didn't play 10 since he got paid. But he's becoming one of those guys where it's not just like not being unavailable, but like not being 100%. Like, he's been able to get out there on the field, but you're never really sure if this dude is 100%, if he's healthy, if he's not, and it's kind of an issue.
So
it's an issue.
Even if he got the COVID?
No, before that.
Yeah, he was dealing with ribs, hamstring.
Hill, it's literally been something every year. It's literally been something every year. And you did get COVID this year, and that happens. But he did have to miss an extended period of time because he's unvaccinated. Ability to be available. Jerry Jones talked about this. But if you continue to do this throughout the year, yes, you are going to be put in the same boat as the other guys who you like, man, when you go into the season, you have to be aware in your mind that you're going to be missing this guy for 1 or 2, or going into some part of the season, he's not going to be 100% healthy.
Do you put Odell Beckham Jr. in that kind of category?
The reason that, I do. But I will say this. I'll say this with Odell's. When you look at Odell's injuries and the ones that he's suffered, those are like those injuries that you cannot avoid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, Sean Lee was injury prone. Like, it was always
soft
something.
Tissue.
You'll see Odell get chopped at the knees and mess up an ACL. Which is a little different.
I bring that up because when I think of Cooper and I think of Odell Beckham Jr., you'll deal with guys who are talented, and when they are available, can help you win games.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I know he's got these issues, but if he can give me something, 75% of Odell Beckham Jr. and Amari Cooper is going to be better than 100% of most players in this league.
Absolutely.
So I'll deal with it, because when they make an impact, I mean, I remember last year, They came to town. They were talking about trading Odell Beckham. Oh, no, man, can't get no more. Came out and put on a show and a half. And it was just, okay.
What week are we in? What week is this? This is week 12. Yeah. How many of those games has Amari Cooper played this year?
This year, probably about 9. I think 9.
No. Those type of games where
about 2 of them things.
So what are we talking about? Okay, yeah, he go out there and do what he's supposed to do. He catch the rock, he runs some good routes. But when you talking about changing the game, okay, I saw, like I said, I was on him, and he said he wanted to be number 1 receiver. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's gonna come out here and show it this year. And he had one of those games, and we was like, okay, that's the Amari Cooper. And since then, what?
Yeah. I don't think he topped 100. Well, what, twice this year?
Yeah. So when you start naming top 10s again next time, and you make sure you don't disrespect Adam Thielen, okay?
Now when we did that, I said he wasn't.
I said but you put Thielen above. You put him above Thielen. You was like, oh, Thielen up there? Well, we even compared the stats. We was like, Thielen was hurt, still had more touchdowns than Amari Cooper did that year. It ain't even close right now. Not even close. No one is.
It's looking like it's a change of the guard, man. It might be when it comes to these wide receivers.
What did I tell y'all at the beginning of the season? Who was going to be the number 1 guy?
Young CD.
That's exactly what I said. And if you debate me if you want to, but availability is one of those things. Yo, concussion you can't help, but the dude has been healthy and he's been making plays.
He got the COVID, though.
He's still been unhelthy.
They might put Lattimore on Lamb. True. They might just, they might see him as a number 1 and put Lattimore. We'll see. Man.
Listen, I hope he's healthy. When he is one. When Amari Cooper is healthy, he's a top 10 receiver.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
He has not been consistently healthy, and he's not available. So that knocks you down a little bit.
All right, Church. He has had 2 100-yard games.
Yeah.
Tampa, he had the 13 for
143 or something like that.
139 and 2. His next 100-yard game was against the Vikings. That was 8 grabs, 122 and a touchdown. And
that was it, man.
And when I start to look at the targets, it's pretty interesting because he has 17 targets against Tampa. He only had 5 targets against the Chargers, 4 targets against Philly, 3 targets against Carolina, 6 targets against the Giants, 8 targets against New England, 13 targets against Minnesota, 5 targets against Denver, and 4 targets against Atlanta.
That's crazy, man. Noah Brown will be coming in and getting more targets than that.
And if you notice those games where he had high targets, I think Dak Prescott threw the ball like 50-some times.
We went away from the run because they decided that we wouldn't be able to run the ball, especially Tampa. It was like we wouldn't run
interested in throwing that.
And the only game where you look and you say, okay, man, he had high target numbers and didn't really give you much would have been New England, where he had 8 targets for 5 catches, 55 yards, and no touchdowns. And
that was away.
That was in the
away game, man. You remember how we used to say it, man? I'm away.
Minnesota was away. Minnesota was away. Tampa Bay was away.
He's gotten better with that. Last year was it last year or 2 years ago? It was like, man, hey, if it's an away game,
JG was here.
You might as well substitute him.
Listen, whatever.
He's got 5 touchdowns this year. So
how many Thielen got?
I feel like I got about 9, 10.
I'm just saying, okay, I want the man to be healthy. But when you're looking at $20 million and a guy who's going to be your number 1 receiver, you need him to be available. I'll say the same thing. I won't say about DeAndre Hopkins now, but he has been out for a while. Yeah. But this is not a thing that's consistent with his career.
That's true.
Look, I mean, he's missed the last 2 games, but before that, he's played a lot of games.
Yeah, he played some games. We talking about a $20 million number 1 receiver, bro.
And that's the same thing Tank Lawrence gonna have to answer when he come back.
$20
million. If you're gonna come back, you better come back with that payal.
Be available, now, and then if you can, sometimes you can't control.
Yeah.
But if you're not healthy, you're not healthy. There's no dig on you as a person. You're just not healthy.
And look, they have themselves in a position to walk away from Amari Cooper's deal with no cap issues.
His guarantees is up after this year,
right.
I think. Yeah.
So the club has put themselves in a position they can do that. They can't do that with Tank Lawrence.
No.
So, which means, based on this, you can move on from Cooper and you can bring back Tank and make Tank have him take a pay cut. Mm-hmm. You could do that. I mean, you could even bring Cooper back on a pay cut if you wanted to. But these are conversations. Obviously, after this season, with so many people up free agency, they're going to have. And
totally different squad.
When you don't play, you open yourself up for being in the conversation. La'el Collins. You miss games of suspension. You open yourself up for what's your man name upstairs? Who slides you the cut?
Adam.
Adam, yeah.
Hey,
Hey, let me say this.
The financial Turk.
Let me say this because I want to make sure that I'm consistent. Okay, the Dallas defense is ranked number 26 this week.
26 in the league.
We 13 versus the run, 27 versus the pass. We gave up 500 last week.
20.
Ooh. And it got rough for us. It got rough for us.
Got a
but
going on
I'm gonna continue to say this: if there's a game where you want to get back on track, it's Taysom Hill and the New Orleans Saints. Okay,
yeah, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to get back.
If it's a game where you want to say, "Hey, man, we need to hold the team to under 200 total yards," this is the game.
This is a must-win game without a doubt. Like they gotta win this because right now, our first losing streak of the season.
You need this.
This is a must-win.
You need this.
First of all, since the bye week, Dak is 1-3 since the bye.
Since the bye week, 1-3.
By the way, before we go, Danny's alma mater has a new head coach.
Yeah, I forgot all
Kelly.
about that.
Brian Kelly making $15 million to come down.
Sign me up, coach.
Get him that good gumbo.
The memes,
I like it.
The memes that they showing is like Brian Kelly first time tasting gumbo in
I just elbow. Yeah.
First time he see the dance moves, they call it the jig.
Oh, man.
But shout out to him, man. Hey, look, shout out to us. We got us a coach. Hopefully this is a.
You think it's a good fit? You think it's a good fit for LSU?
Listen, I think that he will have access to more talent and better talent than he did in Notre Dame.
I agree.
The thing that sticks with me is every time he got to the position of being able to be in the college football player, he did get stumped. Not just beat. He usually got stomped. Okay, and that's what stays in my mind. But if he's able to coach the way that he coached Notre Dame and make sure that we're doing the right things, he has his thumb on the pulse of the team, and he can get those recruits that Les Miles and Ed Ogeron got, I think we'll be okay. Now, we know that Nick Saban is always standing in front of you, so you have to figure out a way to get that done.
I think this is a good hire. I think he can be the fourth straight coach at LSU to come in the program and win a national championship. And I think they're going to win a national championship with Brian Kelly. I think Brian Kelly, there are guys at Notre Dame that, and I remember Tyron Willingham talking about it. I was like, man, there's guys I'm recruiting, but I can't get them in. Next thing you know, I'm watching him with Michigan, and they're sitting here beating us. And he had that same issue because they have not relaxed a lot of the tough academic standards that they had there. Yeah. He's going to go to LSU, and he's not going to have this issue trying to get kids in here. He's going to be smart enough to recruit right there in the state, but he's already got an imprint across the country because Notre Dame recruited nationally. I just think that he's a good football coach. He ain't the most warm and fuzzy guy to deal with, but he can coach football games. I think LSU went out and got a really good football coach. If he's smart enough to understand how to embrace and love the locals, I think he's going to be.
That's
fine.
a huge thing. Yeah, that is in Louisiana.
There's a lot of culture down there.
In Louisiana, that is a huge thing. Turn your nose up to some of the stuff that is done around LSU or some of the Louisiana type of traditions. You have an issue, but if you are able, because a lot of those kids are from Louisiana, so you're gonna have to learn how to connect with kids from New Orleans, kids from up there in what they call it, St. Rose, but Lafayette, Lake Charles. You got to be able to connect with those guys. So if he can figure that out, I think he'll be okay.
Go ahead.
We got to make picks today too.
The beauty of this, to me, is if Notre Dame promotes defensive coordinator Marcus Freeman. Brian Kelly did an interview last year and said that he was going to be the next head coach. If Marcus Freeman gets that job, man, the players love him. I'd love to see it.
Is he going to be the interim while they do? Okay.
Well, it sounds like you don't think he's going to win no Natty, though. Because he obviously, if Brian Kelly wasn't getting the talent, he was watching the kids go up to Michigan and go to other places, Notre Dame going to be in the same position.
You know what? But I'd love to see Marcus Freeman get an opportunity, and maybe this time he gets the full 4 years to do the job that a guy like Tyron Willingham didn't have when he got his opportunity. But, hey, man, $15 million a year, I don't blame Brian Kelly. Good luck to you. LSU, I think that's one of the great football jobs out there.
I'm glad they got this transfer portal and these kids are starting to get paid now because the type of switching schools that these coaches are doing now. I mean, if we were still under that old NCAA rule, I mean, what type of man? Oof, I'm glad they got that opened up now, though.
So what I said. I hope Freeman is able to go ahead and get that job, man. So good luck to him over there. You want to make picks today, right now?
Yeah, we're not on tomorrow.
You're not?
No.
You sure?
CB, we off tomorrow, right?
That is correct. You're off tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Let's make these picks then. Let's go ahead and get it going.
31-18.
Cowboys.
I'll take it first. Cowboys, 31-18.
31-18.
Man.
Okay.
Listen, if I want to stay in this bet with this with this top 10 defense, we need to hold somebody under 20.
Yeah.
And this is a game for us to do it, and we have a lot of reason to go out there on defense and play that way. So, 31-18.
Okay.
To my Dallas Cowboys.
And I'm right there with you. I don't believe at all in Taysom Hill. I don't think Taysom Hill got what it takes to get a W. Right now, as this team is constructed, he's only thrown the ball 8 times so far this year. So I say the Cowboys win this one, 28-10.
Okay, top 10. That's we might be top 10. We holding the 10
I'm
now.
telling you, I just don't see it. I don't see him being able to do it. What you got for us, Newy?
24-20, Cowboys.
24-20, you making it close.
Offense still struggling. We got a struggling offense.
Yeah, 24-20.
30. Okay, you're
New
right.
Orleans defense kind of tough.
We should be scoring 30.
Yeah.
Should.
But yeah, we don't know if Amari Cooper gonna be healthy. We got offensive line issues. We're
gonna run the ball. We're not gonna run the ball.
Special team scores that last touchdown on mine.
Don't have a head coach. Can't trust the kicker. So until I see it, I think I'm just gonna go stay right here with a 24-20 on a Thursday. All right, this has been a fun show. CB in the background, we appreciate you.
With the opening of the Super Bowl.
Hey, boy out there having Thanksgiving back there.
I love it.
Hey, your brother's got to eat at some point.
I feel you, CB. I
feel you. Here all day, bro.
I feel you. The paper's right back with it.
All good. Players Lounge will catch you on Monday. Monday, everybody. Next
Friday. We're back Friday. Yeah.
I'll catch you Monday. I'll be out Friday.
You hear your boy out there, then I'll be ready. D-Mac, we'll hold it down.
No Reed. You know Reed, so you're good.
We good, man. We straight.
All right, we'll talk to you, everybody. Hey, we appreciate you checking us out here. Tell a friend. Retweet the show, and make sure you're watching Danny tomorrow, 7 p.m. Survivor, all right? Survivor 41, he's a part of the cast. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this?